junkies.
Welcome back to the Loyalty Bros Network. I'm your host, Silence, and today is the start of a brand new season. This is season 3 of Growing Cannabis, and I got a new batch of seeds that just came in the mail from North Atlantic Seeds Company, and I'm excited to start my new grow. So this newest pheno hunt is all about these new strains, and we're going to get into that. We took a little break as far as growing. I had to get a new grow space, but we're back with the same equipment. I'm looking to upgrade soon as far as the equipment, but it's all still the same process. I'm going to take you guys through how I grow my cannabis and the steps and the methods in which I use. So, before we get into that, let's get into the seeds I just got. Now, North Atlantic seeds, I pretty much been copping their seeds for like a year or two. I like them. I also like seeds here now. Oh, those are official retailers for most of the exclusive strains of cannabis out there, most of the exclusive brands out there. So I like to get mine from a verified retailer. So I go to North Atlantic Seeds. I also use Seeds Here Now. Two great sites with premium cannabis. You can't go wrong picking something from off those sites. So let's get into what they sent me. I ordered about, I think I ordered about 10 different seeds. I'm not too sure, but I really ordered 3 strands and then it came with freebies. So let's empty this out and let's see what we have. So I'm looking at my invoice and we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have about 11 different seeds in this one order. And now I know I can't grow them all, which I was thinking, why don't I have one plant of each different strain just to try all of the strains and test it out? You never know. But I'm thinking, you know what? What if I grow something and I really like it and I want to continue smoking on it? So, what I've decided to do is grow about 3 different strains from these 11, and I'm going to keep the rest of them on hold until I set up the new grow tent and I'm going to grow the rest of them. So, for this grow, we're going to grow our Cardinero, we're going to grow our exotic genetics, and we're going to grow our Soulfire Gardens. So let me take you guys through some of the seeds that I purchased and just tell you some of the characteristics and information on these strains. So first up, we have my favorite, of course, exotic genetics. Exotic genetics is like Zotomy. It's the best type of weed because of the strands. The guy behind it, he takes his time to really create, some great cannabis. So from Exotic Genetics, we got a strain from their newest growth series, which is, what is this? Drippin' Ain't Easy. Yeah, so it's Drippin' Ain't Easy. What they've been doing was breeding Drippin' Ain't Easy, which is a strain with multiple other strains that they have. And what I purchased was Drippadelic. So I like Drippadelic. I read some of the traits and the mother and what it's mixed with. So Drippadelics is mixed with Sherbadelics and Drippin' Ain't Easy. Now, I tasted Sherb before, but I never had Sherbadelic. I don't know if it's the same thing, but we're going to see. This is a 70-30 indica, which is great. I like hybrids. I like the cross between the highs from the hybrids and the sativas. And what it's saying right here, the yield should be very heavy. So I'm looking to see multiple tops with this grow, with this particular strain. Flowering time is always standard. You have your 56 to 63. That's pretty standard with any grow. 63 days. It's pretty standard all across the board. But I'm excited for this Drippadelics by Exotic Genetics. I can't wait to see what this produces. Can't wait to see what it smells like, what it looks like, just the overall experience. And I can't wait to smoke it. So first up, we're gonna do about 5 seeds of the Dripadelics. And I can't wait to see what this turns out to be. So let's put that over here. Now we are going to go into one of my favorites, and I have never had an opportunity to grow Soulfire genetics. So Soulfire, I put up there with Exotic Genetics. Uh, the guys behind this put out some great cannabis as well. And this is my first time growing Soulfire gardens. So I really want to take my time and do this right because I want the premium cannabis to come out straight gas. I really don't want to do anything to mess it up. So from Soulfire Garden, we're growing Trap Guard. So we're growing Trap Guard from Soulfire Gardens. Trap Guard is a mix between Trap Truffles and Last Supper. So I have no idea, no information on none of those strains, but I'm excited to see what they turn out to. Typical flowering time, 56 to 63 weeks. It's saying that the yield would be medium heavy. So hopefully we lean into medium heavy. Also, it's saying that it's going to smell like tropical gas. That's fire. Anything that says gas or funk in the description is usually what I'm looking for because I need the gas, I need the couch lock, I need the za. So I'm excited to grow this trap guard from Soulfire Gardens. They said the gas it mixes with Last Supper to create a unique tropical fuel. Expect lots of color and frost with a dense flower formation. So we getting dense snugs, none of them loose snugs like Kush. We getting nothing airy. We're gonna get some dense snugs from Soulfire Gardens, and I can't wait to grow Trap Guard from Soulfire Gardens and see what it looks like, see the colors, smell it, smoke it, all of the above. So that's number two. And we're gonna do 5 seeds with this. So it says rise with the phoenix. I guess it's one of their slogans. And I like it. Rise with the Phoenix. You're smoking that fire. Phoenix is on fire, so you gotta have the gas with it. So let's put that over there, and then let's get into more of our goodie bag. I'm gonna show you guys all the seed packs, but we're gonna talk about what we're gonna grow first. So next up, I've been dying to grow, and hopefully I pronounce it properly. But if I don't, it's Canorado. Canorado. Uh, Canorado has been around for years. I've always been looking at their strains, the pics, everything, reading the reviews. And to be honest, I think they have some gas. For all the Reddit reviews, I be on the deep channels, the dark web, all that stuff. Reddit, trying to find out research on different strains of weed and stuff like that. And Canorado, however you pronounce it, always comes up with great reviews. So from Canorado, we're growing peach bikini. So we're growing peach bikini. When I was reading the descriptions about peach bikini, I'm like, that sounds good. That sounds pleasant. And remind you, I like tropical, gassy, fruity smelling cannabis. I don't like that stuff that smell like incense or forest or whatever. I just like tropical buds in general. Anything I'm looking for has a fruity, gassy smells and aromas from it. So peach bikini is a cross between peach bum and black spritzer. So Black Spritzer, I believe, is one of their newest lineups that they're crossing with everything else, just like Exotic Genetics. So I can't wait to try this, the peach bum and the Black Spritzer. Same flowering time, 60, 63, same thing. Yield high, of course, height, tall, feminized. So I can't wait to grow Canorado, peach bikini. Can't wait to see what she smells like, taste, all of the above. I'm excited to grow these. So with those three different packs. We're growing 5 and 5. We're going to do 15 plants with all of them. Hopefully, we can get a pea each plant. But so that's the target. If we can get a pea each plant, that's the target. If not, it's okay. We got a lot of stuff to smoke in the future. And I plan on, you know, jarring my buds and having them for a while. So this will be a lot of personal smoke just to test out these new strains. After this, I plan on doing another random grow with just like 10 different plants of 10 different strains. That's when I get the next grow tent. So I'm working on the whole new system that I'm working on, and I should be having that up soon. But now let's get into the freebies. Oh, another reason why I like these seed banks from online like Seed Share Now with North Atlantic Seeds is because when you purchase a few or you spend enough money, you get freebies. You still get freebies when you purchase exotic genetics. They always send you a 3-pack freebies. Sometimes with Cardinero, they send you a 3-pack freebies, and SoFi Garden, they send you these 3-pack freebies. The thing about the 3-pack freebies is you're not going to find these strains anywhere, basically. So these strains are like strains that are unreleased. They've just been working on them, or they haven't even worked on them. They just like crossed it and threw it out there. You get to see what it do. So I can't wait to see what eventually these freebies turn out to. And I got so many freebies from previous grow that I haven't even started yet. I think I want to do a next series on just all of those plants, and I still also want to get into making my own strains. So let's get into the freebies. And these freebies came like all jumbled. So first, let's see what we got as far as freebies. Oh, we got more. Oh no. So yep, it's empty. That's why I like North Atlantic Seed Co. Shout out to them. They ain't sponsoring the video. They should send me some bread for just even saying this. But they got the seeds. If you're looking for za, they got the za seeds. That's a fact. So let's start off. And Exotic Genetics actually sent me 2 different freebies. And I'm excited. I'm happy, and it's just more strains to test. So one of my favorites of the freebies is a cross. It was unreleased, I believe. It's called Ranky Stanky. That sounds fire. Ranky Stanky. That means that once I start cultivating these plants, everything is going to be stank and rank. So that smell is probably going to funk up the whole crib, funk up outside, funk up everything. I'm looking forward to growing this. So this will be in the next grow. Once I grow all of those strains, I'm going to grow some Ranky Stanky. And Ranky Stanky is a cross between GMO and greasy runts. So anything with runts, I'll tell you the truth, is fire. Runts came out a few years ago, and it's just been one of those unbelievable strains. Depending on where you get your runts from, you always get some nice smelling runts. It's always a decent high, and it's affordable. Shouldn't be paying crazy amount of money for your runts if you're out there purchasing it and you're not growing it. But it's one of the, I call it the introductory strains. It's definitely fire. So the GMO and the runts, can't wait to see what that do. So they only give you 3 seeds, however, of the freebies. So what I always do is I grow one of the seeds and I keep the 2 for the future, because you never know when you just want to, reverse some and get a lot of seeds just for storage. If this turns out to be fire, you want to have this for years to come. So let's get into the next freebie by Exotic Genetic. Now, this is a freebie from the current line, Drippin' Ain't Easy. So we have Drippin' Ain't Easy S1. Now, I have to do a video on S1s and all of that stuff because, tell you the truth, I haven't really dwelled deep into it to learn more about that stuff. Because I feel like all that stuff is mumbo jumbo, to be honest, just to me. Like, is it good or not? But whatever. I guess it really means something, and I don't want to be ignorant right now. I really don't know. But that's fire. So I'm guessing what S1 means, because I just got the answer right here in real time. It's dripping ain't easy mixed with dripping ain't easy. So I guess they crossbred it with itself to make it stronger or to stabilize it. So this is probably the purest form of dripping ain't easy because they crossed it back with itself. So I'm thinking this might be the best uh, version of dripping ain't easy that they probably produced, and I'm happy to have my 3-pack of seeds. I'm gonna grow one of them just to see how it is. But this S1, I can't wait to see what it do. So let's move on. And over here, we have a freebie from North Atlantic Seed Co. And North Atlantic Seed Co. sent me a few seeds for the freebies. So let's go into them. But hold on. Before we go into them, what do we have here? What do we have here? All right, never mind. So let's go into the freebies of the North Atlantic Seed Co. So first, I'm not sure. Hold on. Does this even say? Oh, yep, it does. So it says that the breeder. I wasn't too sure who the breeder was for these, but I have some raspberry roulette, and they gave me 2 free fem seeds of raspberry roulette. I believe it's from Seed and Soil. If that's the brand, shout out to you. If not, then I got to figure that out. So I have the raspberry roulette, 2 fem seeds from Seed and Soil. Never grew none of their products. Never had raspberry roulette before, so I'm excited to see this. This will go on one of the tester videos. Okay, next up. Oh, Cardinero. They actually gave me some freebies. So what I have here is, ooh, it's just a mixture. It doesn't even say the name. That's what's so crazy about it. But they gave me 4 seeds. So they gave me 4 seeds of something that has no name. But it's cool. Thank you. Uh, I have Rainbow Crushers times Spritzer BX2. And this is regular, male or female. So that's horrible. That's what you don't want. This right here cannot be a tester. You know why? Because when it's regular seeds, you don't know what's going to pop out. You're going to waste a few months getting this baby up to flower. You're going to flip it, and it's going to have sacks. It's going to mess up your whole garden. So I don't advise growing these with anything else. I would do these in a separate tent by itself. So I'm gonna do this by itself, and hopefully what comes out of it is like a treasure hunt, finding the right female seed. If it comes out fire, I'm gonna be happy for myself first of all. But I plan to keep some, so hopefully it comes out fire, and hopefully this Rainbow Crushers Time Spritzer BX2 is a good strain. So thank you, Cardinero, for that freebie. Let's move on. We have Dirty Bird Genetics, and from Dirty Bird Genetics we have 2 seeds, and the 2 seeds are called Oil Storm, and this is a feminine seed. So never grew Dirty Bird Genetics. I did come across it a few times. The next grow, these will be included. Can't wait to see what Dirty Bird Genetics do. Also, we have Mac, and this does not have a brand on it. So these are just freebies. Mac, I got three seeds of Mac. So let's see what Mac do. Hopefully Mac hit. If it don't, it's all good. Oh, the next we have another Dirty Bird Genetics. So shout out to Dirty Bird Genetics. I like their little logo. Let me show you this if you guys can see it. I got to get more equipment, so bear with me. Content is coming, but it's coming at a high guys pace. So it comes when it comes, you know. But still working to put something together. But we got the Dirty Bird Genetics. We got PKB Remix. Okay, don't know what that is. And we got Grape Cakehead, and this is a female seed. We got 2 seeds of this. So never grew Dirty Bird, like I said, but can't wait to try this PKB Remix and Grape Cakehead. cross. And with that being said, those are all the freebies that came from North Atlantic. They didn't give me no stickers this time, so I'm very disappointed. You know, and my order was late, stuck in transit. I don't know if they was poking holes into my, my package and all that. Who knows? But it's just seeds. You feel me? So it ain't that serious. You know, and everything is legal here in New York. Huh? So now I'm gonna take you guys through my process of how I germinate my cannabis seeds. So it's pretty simple. Everybody does their own different way. Some people place it in water for a day, let the tails pop out. But mine's I'm pretty much old school. Wet paper towel, put the seeds in, put it in a plastic bag, breathe some life into it like God did humans, just like that. Seal it up, let it sit in the dark for a day or two. You should you should see those tap roots pop out. Once those tap roots pop out, put them in the dirt, put some light on it, and there you go. It ain't magic. It's nature, it's life. So first, let me organize myself. So I got the black Sharpie. I got one of the Ziplocs. And my first strands that I'm going to write out, because you want to make sure you keep everything organized and you know what you're doing. So I usually do it one at a time. But what are we doing first? You know what? Let's do exotic genetics first. I never go wrong with exotic genetics. So this one is going to be Dripadelics. So I'm just going to write Dripadelics on the Ziploc just so I can know what's in there. And we're gonna put 5 seeds on there. So that's just like how I organize things. It ain't nothing too crazy, but I keep it simple. Ain't no equipment you really have to get your seeds right. This is pretty much the simplest step of growing cannabis. you know, Regular Ziploc bag. And this pack is new. It's in plastic. I like that. I like when all my packs are new and in plastic. Um, Makes it hard to get off first, but I like that nobody touched my seeds, basically. And it just lets you know, hey, you were the first person to open this. Shout out to Big Stimmy. Haha, I remembered his name. So Big Stimmy is the guy behind EG. Some people worship him like a cult. Some people who've been growing his seeds for years, but he's a good guy. You know, he got what I need. So I like these packs. It's pretty simple. Comes with the little, you know, extras. That's attention to detail right there. He designs his box well. It makes you just want to save a box. Sometimes I save my boxes. Other times I throw it away or I keep the seed containers. But it is what it is. So this is what it looks like when you open up exotic genetic seeds. Um, and that's fire. That right there is fire. That's what it looks like when you open up exotic genetic seeds. You get the seed container. This is the back. So it's just attention to detail, which is very beautiful. So they do attention to detail well. So let's open this up. Then hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me hold on. Shit. Okay, there we go. So what I usually do is I get one of these wet, just a regular paper towel. You ain't gotta make it difficult. This ain't rocket science. This is nature. You're just growing cannabis. So I take a wet paper towel, not a lot of water, of course, everybody knows that. String it out. You don't want it soaking wet. You just want it, you want some water in it, but not a lot. So I fold it one time. I'm gonna put all of the seeds in here. Okay, so exotic genetics packs, they usually come, let me see, they usually come with 6 seeds in a pack. You know, I usually grow 5 or 4 out of them, keep 2, store the rest. But because you don't need that much. If you grow the plant successfully, you should get the weight. So the seeds is pretty standard. These are female seeds. I wish I could give you guys up close, but you're not really going to get that right now. And I just put them in a paper towel and I close it up. So let me put it in the paper towel and I'll show you how I close it up. And it's pretty simple. You know, we're going to do a few of these and that's it. So we got 1, 2. These seeds are so small and they cost so much money, so you can't lose nothing. Well, that's your paper. 3, 4, 5. There we go. So I got 5 seeds in there. I got the last one. I put that right back in there just to make sure it's stored safely and I don't forget it. And we're just going to put it right back in this container. So you got 5 of the Dripadelics. I'm going to put this in this paper towel. And now I'm going to fold it up. You just want to give it enough room. You just want to space it out before you fold it up. So they're not really touching each other. And then you're good to go. Let's space these out. There we go. Space this one out. Space this one out. That fell, but that's cool. Okay. And I just fold it up a few times. So this is what it will look like after you fold it up. Other people just fold it one time, but I fold it multiple times. Uh, I want it to feel like it's in soil or a warm, wet grow environment, and it has enough water for the seeds to eventually open up as they start to suck uh, the water through the whatever you call it, the paper towel. So after I fold it up, I just put it in just like that. It's pretty simple. And then I close it a little bit before I breathe some life in it. Has a little air. Just catch a little open area right here, and you want to give it that breath of life real quick. So let's pump it up real quick. And there you go. So now it has the light and the moisture, the life and the moisture. And we're just gonna put this to the side. And that was the Dripadelics. So we got 1 of the Dripadelics done. We're doing 5 of the Dripadelics. The next one, of course, like I told you guys, the one I always wanted to try, Soulfire Gardens, the Trap Guard. We're gonna do 5 of the Trap Guard as well. So Trap Guard gets his own little ziploc, just so we can organize it, we can know what it is. We're gonna do Trap Guard on the top. We got 5 seeds. Boom. We done. It's simple. So let's close that up. And now it's time to open it. I never opened a Soulfire Garden pack before, but it's a lot of attention to detail with their packaging as well. Just like Exotic Genetics. You know, sometimes they do these grow podcasts and they be on Discord. I be tuning in sometimes. It's very lit. You can win some free seeds and stuff like that. But I do appreciate the attention to detail. That shows you that they care about the product and just the overall brand. So shout out to them. Now I like the inside of that. If you could see that, that's a lot of attention to detail inside of their package. Soulfire Garden printed on the inside, And they do the same just like Exotic Genetics. But I like this burgundy red type of container for the seeds containing the trap guard. And just like Exotic Genetics, it's a 6-pack seeds pack. So let's put this over here. The same process again. We're just gonna breathe some life uh, into this next Ziploc. We're gonna bring these plants to life, man. I'm giving these plants a little bit of my life too, because for the next few months we're gonna lock in and we're gonna make these shits grow very beautiful and very nicely. So same process. You just fold that paper towel. If you haven't seen none of my old videos, I do go across this if you want to tune in. But since this is the start of the new season, we might as well refresh, just some basic grow strategies and how would you, germinate your plants. So it's the same thing. I removed the foam, and I just want to give these seeds some space on this paper towel. You don't need a paper towel for each seed. That's a waste. I don't really like wasting. So you just line them up, fold it up, same process. So now let me put these up now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, these seeds are so small. Trying to grip onto these and not lose them. 4, 5. There we go. So we got 5 in there. Once again, just gonna put these away just so I don't forget. Tuck them up real nice. Put them back in their container. And this is a beautiful packaging from SoFi Gardens. So I'm glad I get to experience the trap guard that's coming soon. If you ever in New York too, probably around January, February, and you want to try some of this, and I still have it because this is when it's going to be done, definitely, hit me up, send me a comment. Weed is meant to be shared. I give you a nugget or two. I depends on the day. So let's fold this up. I got 5 seeds in here. I'm gonna fold these. Just lock in that moisture before we put it in the Ziploc. And the plants are actually the seeds are just gonna come alive. Like to press it just a little bit, not too much, but they're gonna come alive in these Ziplocs. I learned this technique from YouTube University too. There's another guy who had a nice video. I decided to watch his video and I learned a lot. Also, Reddit and also the internet. So same process with the trap guard. We're gonna close it up and we're gonna give it some life. So now it's time to give it some life. Hold on. Okay, trap guard is about to come to life. So let's put that over here on the side. And last but not least, we have another one of my favorites that I've been dying to grow. Their packaging is not the same as the others, but I still like it. We have the Canarado, and this is going to be the Peach Bikini. So, can't wait to see what Peach Bikini turns out to be. Let's just get organized real quick. Let's write down what we're going to do with Peach Bikini. So, Peach Bikini. This right here, I gotta smoke this on the beach. Because you're gonna have peach bikini. That's like pool weed. Like pool weed, vacation, warm weather, oceanfront, bikini, and peaches, Georgia peach. So we're growing 5 seeds of that. But just like the other ones, SoFi Garden and Exotic Genetics, Cardinero has a 6-pack seeds as well. So now let's open this up and let's see how it's contained, because I don't believe this is going to allow me to close it back up. but I guess you don't have to close it back up. They have a different packaging method, and it comes in this little plastic container, which is cool. Not a lot of attention to detail with Cardinero. That's one thing I'm going to say. Not a lot of attention to detail, not a lot of investment. But if the bud is fire, forget all the presentation. Presentation means nothing if the bud is fire. So we'll see. This is going to be a question mark. I want to see if their strains really match up to what I've been growing in the past and some of the buds that I've grown already. So let's see. And same process. Want to fold up this wet paper towel, and we just want to line our seeds up in it and breathe some life in. And we're almost done. So we're gonna do 5. This comes with 6, and I love keeping one left because, of course, I'm gonna collect any seeds that come off the plants. They might not be valuable, but having this one left will allow me to reverse the plant's genetics, turning it into a male and collecting seeds for my own. So that's why I like to keep one seed left. So in the future, I could reverse some and do my own thing with it potentially. That's another thing. I'm working on building my seed bank. So in a few more weeks, I have my seed bank ready to go, and I'll start collecting seeds and just storing them. So actually, one of the beauties that had just happened, I just realized they gave me more than 6 seeds. So they actually gave me 2, 4, 6, 8. They actually gave me 8 seeds, which is very beautiful. So thank you, Cardinero. I was just talking crap about you. But since you gave me 8 seeds, I'm going to show the appreciation. So 2, 4. So we're going to just do 5. We're going to put these up right back in the capsule. Now let me just give these girls some space actually. And let's wrap things up with this first video about germinating. Germination, germinating. How to start your creation. So before I fold that up, let's just make sure this is closed. We're going to put this right back in their packaging just so I can keep track of everything. I don't forget what this was. I'm going to put that over here. Same process. I'm just going to fold these girls up. Boom, boom. Fold it up. Give it a new home real quick. So I got it folded up. Just a little light little press. You're going to open the Ziploc, same as the other 2 times. Put that all the way at the bottom. And now it's time to give it some life. So let's give these girls some life and get them on their way to grow. Hey, there you go. And that's the peach bikini. So we're done. We have the seeds germinating right now. We're doing 15 plants, 5 exotic genetics. We got the Dripadelics, 5 of the Soulfire Gardens. We got the Trap Guard, 5 of the Cardinero. We got the Peach Bikini. And I can't wait to see what this new hunt turns out to be. Can't wait to see what these strains are like. Can't wait to just smoke some fire weed. I've been smoking some weed, copping some weed from like different people out there, and it's nothing but trash in my honest opinion. What's on the market outside is trash. So once again, I always say, find yourself a grower, definitely get close, lock in with them, and just get your stuff from a grower, man. If it's legal and you can mess with a grower in your neighborhood, meet a grower, support the grow, because your lungs will thank you later. So if you haven't already, like to subscribe to the channel. Do that right now. Like and subscribe to the channel. More content is coming on these grows in the future. We're just working on the right equipment in the right spaces. Thank you guys for tuning in. The next video will be me showing you guys what those seeds turned out to be. If they popped, if not, so that's going to be in 2 days. I'm going to take you guys through how I then pot those seeds. I'm going to put some light on them, insert them into the grow tent, and start their journey. So right now, in back of me, I'm sitting in back of, I'm sitting actually in front of I believe this is a 5x10 or 4x9. However, it doesn't matter. So same Vivo Sun grow tent, same Black Dog LEDs. And we're gonna get this party started. So stay locked in, tune in next time, and I'll see you guys next time.